So here it is, episode 1, season 3, finally. I'm back on the road, and it is going to be an awesome season. This is going to be totally unlike any season I've ever done before. I spent the last 4 months putting my truck back together after all the modifications that I got done to it basically failed, and I'm still not done. I still brought my truck all the way out to Colorado Springs. I've got another transfer case waiting here for me, and another Trident shifter, and we're going to start at square one because this thing leaks like a sieve. But every 500 miles I stop and put more gear oil on it, and I keep on trucking, at any rate. It's like having a newborn baby that needs to be fed every 500 miles. Every single day working on this truck, I finally got to the point where I had enough confidence in this thing to start taking it out and doing some test drives. This is how she looks right now. And this is her on the trail, leak and all. It happens. But I can't do this anymore. I gotta get out and get this thing rolling. I have obligations to meet, and I think it's all gonna work out pretty dang well for most people involved. This season is going to be awesome. I'm gonna go places I've never gone before. I'm gonna go places I have gone before, but it's gonna be phenomenal. A lot of night vision, a lot of thermal activity, and a lot of new improvement videos that I've done on the truck while I was home that I'm going to show you how to do if you don't already know how to do it. This season is going to be fire. Hot, burning, molten fire. So if you want to see the first episode, you're going to want to sit back, you're going to want to relax, and you're most definitely going to want to check this out. And before we start this video, I'm going to ask you to hit that subscribe button as well as a little bell next to it so you're notified of all new videos. Here we go. So this is my first day on the road, and I'm in Pennsylvania, and I'm going to be staying here for the night. Killer location, and right up there there's a sign talking about all the different snakes that are here, which is awesome for me. Indeed it is. So I finally hit the road, and after my first day of travel, I ended up in Pennsylvania for the night. And as you can see, the mountain bike is always with me and always in use. I love this stuff. I love traveling, and I love going to places and trying to get epic footage for you guys, especially the people that can no longer do this on their own, which it looks like I'll be in that club soon enough. But I found a really awesome campsite, and strangely enough, there was nobody there. Nobody. Nothing. They didn't charge me any money, and it was a very, very secluded and overgrown campground. Sound familiar? Yeah. This is an extremely well-hidden deer. Might even be a fawn. It is a fawn. Holy shit. How cool is that? This entire campground is completely overgrown, completely empty. Nobody else is there except me. So I start snooping around at night, and I come across a fawn. Now, the fawn believes that by staying perfectly motionless, I can't see it. That's all its mother's taught it. And if you notice, I'm looking back and forth with the light, making sure a buck or a doe doesn't come charging at me in the nighttime. But that didn't happen, and it was relatively uneventful other than that, which was very cool. So I woke up in the morning, and it was time to hit the highway. I had people to see and places to go, And you can't live vicariously through me if I don't live vicariously. So I try to do as such. Now I'm cruising down the highway where the 18-wheelers have their hazards on because it's raining so heavy. But like I said, places to go, people to be, etc., so forth, and blah, blah, blah. My next stop was in Virginia. I wanted to stop by my buddy Matt's property and camp for the night because he invited me to do so. I hadn't seen Matt and Ashley in quite a while, and since last time I saw them, they've sprung another offspring, and I had to meet them. Now you remember Matt because he's been featured in lots of videos over the years on this channel. And this property is exactly where my Forerunner was born. This is where I spent the first 30 days building it. Now, Matt and Ashley have such a vast property, they have recently listed some of their property as a camping spot, much like Overlander, but it's a thing called Hip Camp. And I did a little promotional video for them, so to speak, while I was on the property. So let's take a listen, shall we? So I found this spot on Hip Camp, and Overlander didn't even have it listed. Overlander didn't have anything around here. There was plenty of places they pointed you to, but they were junk. This is a campground, and it's awesome. Absolutely awesome. There's a couple of other trucks over there. There's one over there by the pond. This is a badass setup, man. And like I said, so many times Overlander has directed me in the wrong direction. They send you to places that aren't there anymore, or they send you to places that look like crack alley. You know, I found a spot last night for $15 with Hip Camp, and I found this spot for a little bit more, right in Northern Virginia. It's beautiful. All sorts of wildlife, all sorts of wide open spaces, and an amazing canopy in here. It was an astonishing campground that I've had the opportunity to stay at several times, but now you can stay there as well. Again, the Hip Camp link will be below. As nice as it was to see everybody, I had to head out. I had a destination in mind. I was heading down to the Ozarks. But of course I got sidetracked because while I was there, I discovered that there was a Bigfoot museum in West Virginia. So I was heading south, and then I turned north, and then I went west. To West Virginia, to be exact. Located in a little holler down in West Virginia is a town called Sutton. And in this town, there's a Bigfoot museum that's tucked in the back of a gift shop type thing. It has a lot of paraphernalia, keychains, all this stuff, but the imprints that Patterson Gimlin took of Patty are right here. And you can buy a replica of these things for about $50. Now that knife that I've got sitting on there is 10 inches long. That's a big footprint. That was a big girl. So like most people, I'd never been in a Bigfoot museum before. And it was pretty cool because they had all sorts of, factual sightings going back decades and decades. It's amazing how people scoff at this stuff, but yet they've never actually set foot, no pun intended, into the woods. So on this trip, I've actually hit this place and another place already in Colorado. I'm not sure if that'll be in this video. It may be in the next because I don't want these to be all that long. Because uploading in Colorado Springs takes about a day. A day to upload a 20-minute video, which is absolutely insane to me. So, is what it is. But if you're ever in the area, this is definitely something you want to stop and see. I found it pretty interesting, man, and you probably will too. Or you won't, I don't know. So with that under my belt, it was time to hit the highway once again. I am rolling towards Kentucky. So it's Father's Day, and I am in Slade, Kentucky. Just came out of the woods, and I need to add about 3/4 of a quart of gear oil to my transfer case that only holds a quart of oil. It's leaking that bad. Sucks. I got to do this every day. It's not awesome. Hard to do, and it's a mess. So at this point, I've totally lost track of what day it is, but I'm cruising towards the land between the lakes in Kentucky because it's on my way to Missouri, and there's a few things I want to see while I'm out there because I've been in this area many times before. And what I stumbled across was a sick mountain bike trail. And the first thing I saw on the mountain bike trail kind of freaked me out. So I find this mountain bike trail in Kentucky, and it's awesome. And it goes on for miles and miles and miles. And this is a legit mountain bike trail, something of which I'm usually not accustomed to. Now, I've done other videos where I do these things at nighttime because if it's dangerous during the day, it's worse at night. So that's exactly what I planned on doing. I got a hotel room which basically was butted right up to this trail, which was phenomenal. But now, I've already done the trail a few times during the day, and it is awesome. Tons of jumps. I mean, this is a straight up legit mountain bike trail, something we don't have in my area whatsoever at all. So I was stoked for this. I get a hotel room, and these are Kentucky folks staying in the hotel room with me. But I don't care. I wait for nighttime to show up, and of course, there's a major threat of tornadoes, thunder, and lightning. And I don't care. I can't stay another night because I'm already behind schedule. So I hit this trail at nighttime in a rainstorm and literally 2 miles out lose my headlights in this alone. So I've got 2 cameras on the bike and I've got 2 headlights and I'm actually wearing a helmet and gloves. And I am cruising on this trail, trying to beat the rain. I want to do this trail in its entirety just to get it on film, which I did. But it was dumb because it was raining buckets. I was absolutely soaked to the bone when I finished this. But the beauty of this is, as bright as it is right now with my headlights, halfway through the course, 2 miles from the mouth of the trail, I lose my main headlight big time, and now I'm riding in the dark in the rain.
Seriously?
My mistake. I lost both my headlights. All that I have right now is the light, the 200 lumen light on my helmet. And without that thing, I would have been in an entire world of... It would have been bad. And the fact that there was Bigfoot signs, warning and such all over the place kind of freaked me out. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Nobody knows I'm here. It's pouring rain. It's dark, and this trail is tight. You can eat a tree. No problem whatsoever at all. If I'm wearing a helmet, it's a tight trail. Trust me. Or don't. During the day, the trail is gnarly enough as it is. I mean, you can easily get smoked. But it's a well-built trail. There's berms, all that stuff. But when you add dark and then you add soaking torrential downpour rains, the trail gets really, really crazy. But it was awesome. Now, if there's enough interest in this, I'll upload a separate video of this entire mountain bike trail during the day and at night. I did this trail a total of 8 times in one day because it was phenomenal. I was like a little kid. And the crazy thing is I didn't see another person out there during the day or at night whatsoever at all. Now, people want to laugh about the Bigfoot signs, etc. This was just posted by the government at, I believe, Kern River in California. And the guys that posted this said that this is a legit sign. Well, I'm going there now to check it out for myself. But riding this trail in the middle of the night with one light left on my helmet, I'll tell you what, I pray as it is. I was a hard praying mofo that particular night. And I made it back, so all was well, at any rate. The next day I hit the highway once again, and I found myself crossing the Mississippi River once again. I love this stuff. I used to read a lot of Tom Sawyer, Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain when I was a kid, so I've always had a special place in my heart for this stuff, and I absolutely love crossing this bridge. It's a tight bridge, I'll tell you that. When an 18-wheeler is coming the other way, it's a little unsettling, but all was well. And the moment I got to the other side of the river, I started exploring the back roads. You spend so much time driving on the highway trying to get from place to place that whenever you get an opportunity, or whenever I get an opportunity, I hit the back roads. You see some of the most amazing things, if you love nature, on the back roads. I mean, picturesque, movie quality river scenes, etc. It's just amazing, and I love this stuff. And for those of you guys that love it too, this is why I continue to do this, because I'll tell you what, Jailbreak don't make money. You know what I mean? I do this purely for the love of it. So I hope you love it too. Over the years, I've investigated, I've filmed, I've camped at some locations most people would never even dream of seeing, and I've met some amazing people along the way. I've been able to help people out, I've been able to save people, and other people have saved me throughout this journey, and it's been epic. And this season's going to be much better than last season and the season before. I promise you that right now. So make sure you like this, make sure you share, and make sure you leave a comment below. Because this ride ain't over yet. There's still more snakes to find, trails to climb, and I'm going to find a Sasquatch, one way or the other. Or at least I'm going to try. So if you haven't heard it yet, you're going to want to hear about my adventures in the Ozarks, because not only did I do a video at my buddy's shop, but I also ran into a young lady that used to work at Hooters that tried to set me up to steal my truck, my belongings, and for all I know, kill me. It's hard to tell, but links to that video will be below if you already haven't seen it. And before we wrap this particular video up, I've hit 2 out of 7 Bigfoot museums, and I'm going to hit all 7, and I'm filming them all. So if you don't have the ability to make it out to one of these places, you'll have the ability to watch it right here on JailBreak Overlander. At any rate. And then finally I made it to my destination down in the Ozarks of Missouri, down to Ozark Overland Outfitters, and I did a serious walk around video of his brand new vehicle, which is up right now. It just went live today, which is the 25th on a Sunday. Links will be below. At any rate, that's enough for this one. The road to Colorado will be in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below, and I will return the favor. I am out.